Hi there everyone, welcome to another ORAS Wi-Fi battle. This is a battle I had against a random passerby. First battle he brought like the standard OU stuff, you know, like Charizard, Talonflame, and a bunch of other stuff that totally destroyed me using my other team. So I rematched him here with this other team and he brought a different team and this is how it went. I'll lead off with Levani. I want to get that sticky web up, of course. And out comes Cresselia, which is decent. Since I have knockoff, I figure I'll go for that first. Get rid of those leftovers. It goes for Toxic. I'm not too worried about that. As long as I can get the sticky web up, all is well. So, up goes the sticky web. And, she's just gonna try and beat me here. Uses Psycho Cut. Hits me down to half with a crit. Unfortunately, it's not enough to activate my Swarm ability. But I figure I'll go for X-Scissor anyway. But nope, does not do enough to that physically defensive Cresselia. Goes for the Moonblast. No, Moonlight, sorry. Gets its HP back. However, with the toxic damage, I am now in my swarm range. So I'll go for X-Scissor again, and should be able to take it out. Don't think the crit mattered there, but down it goes. And unfortunately I go down to the toxic as well. Good job, Levani. So here I send in Breloom, and he sends in Greninja. There is a chance he could outspeed me even with the sticky web, but I go for Spore and I do outspeed. So that is excellent. Now that he's asleep, I figure I'll go for Power Up Punch. Get some damage while raising my attack. But he withdraws and goes into the Aegislash to resist any incoming fighting moves. So unfortunately that does nothing, and my Bullet Seed ain't gonna do much, so I decide to switch out here. I go into Umbreon. And here we see this is a mixed Aegislash. Lucky for me, Ghost doesn't do very much against Dark types. I'm able to survive that easy. I predict he's probably going to switch here, so I'm going to try and get a Wish off. And yep, he does switch, and in comes the Azumarill. Now, I figure I could survive any one hit from this Azumarill, so I decide to stay in and go for the Toxic, because even if it is a Belly Drum set, that will severely screw it over. But yeah, he goes straight up for the Play Rough, which does a whopping load to me, about 80%. However, with my Wish health back, and my Leftovers recovery, he only did about 5%. So yeah, he's nice and toxic now, and I figure I'll switch out. Don't want to lose Umbreon just yet. Here I send in the Tentacruel, should be able to resist any of its stab moves. Does a decent amount, but I resist it, and I have some health recovery. So here I go for the knockoff. Figure I'll get rid of anything it might be holding, but he does switch into the Dragonite. But that's good, get rid of that weakness policy. Now Dragonite is a bit scary still. I figure I'll try and get a burn here if possible. Unfortunately that is not the case, and he starts setting up. Quite scary. Maybe he'll try and set up again considering how little damage I'm doing, but if I do get that burn, he's screwed. So he goes straight up for the Earthquake to get rid of me. Doesn't want to risk the burn. So down goes Tentacruel. But now I can bring back Umbreon, who should be able to survive any one hit. And given that he just raised his attack, a foul play will be devastating. I do survive, not by much, but enough, and I'm able to take the Dragonite down. Get a nice bit of health recovery as well. So out comes the Azumarill once again. Here I figure Umbreon's had its run. I'll just get a Wish off, and I'll be able to switch in something to take out this Azumarill. And Umbreon falls to a Play Rough. Definitely did his job though. Toxic's doing some nice residual damage to Azumarill, and I get Cypher. Here I go for the Sword Dance. And lucky me, he misses. Here for some reason I get a bit greedy. Decide to go for the Sword Dance again, and there's no real point. I could have killed him by now. But, yeah. Goes for the Play Rough, does over 50%, and unfortunately I don't get that Wish now. And he goes for the Aqua Jet, knowing he's about to go down. Damn, if only I hadn't been greedy, I could still be at full health. Down goes the Azumarill. And in comes the Aegislash. Now I just hope it doesn't have Shadow Sneak. But it turns out it has Shadow Sneak. Unfortunately, that is the end of Cypher. Greed, people, it's a dangerous thing in Pokemon. So here I send in my Togekiss, thinking I'm pretty much out of options here. Go for the Air Slash, that might do a bit of damage, maybe I'll get a crit. But I get a flinch, so lucky me. I really should have gone for Nasty Plot here, but goes for King's Shield. Yep, I really should have gone for Nasty Plot there. Here I go for another Air Slash, hoping it'll kill. It doesn't, but at least anything I switch in will be able to kill it. But lucky days, I do get the flinch again, and this is not a Serene Grace Togekiss, people. Knowing that his days are numbered, he goes for the Shadow Sneak and gets a bit of damage off. Now in comes Manectric, who I should outspeed, but I doubt I'll be able to one-shot it. Of course, it Mega Evolves. With that Intimidate ability, doesn't do much to me. I get off the Dazzling Gleam, I hope for a crit. Unfortunately I do not get it, and I go down to a Thunderbolt. So down goes Togekiss, but out comes Breloom, and I know in the Sticky Web there's a good chance I'll outspeed, and I go for the Power Punch. Able to take it out in one hit while raising my attack. And this brings him down to his last Pokemon, who is asleep, Greninja. And knowing from past experience I do outspeed, so I go straight for the Bullet Punch. Which, damn, would have one-shotted it if not for that Focus Sash. However, I hit again and down it goes. Do not think that crit mattered. Very good game. I was able to take out his OU/Uber team. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed.